Okay, so what do we say? We're saying that when you when you're investigating, eh, don't just take anything as true. Be careful the documents of the one you're sharing with. Okay. Yes. Okay. Um, Headlines are crucial. Okay. What are we talking about here? About headlines are crucial. Um, Initial background research will either confirm the starting hypothesis or suggest an alternative. This is research. Have you started running research so far?
No, I didn't do
Third year. Okay. What means that you can have a prediction when you're starting your story to investigate something, yeah? But it may not always come the same way we are thinking. To come something different, it still becomes news, yeah? Especially when you are using data journalism, where you analyze the data available. You may be thinking that there is high corruption among police officers on the road, but you may find that it's not the case. Eh? It's different. Don't it flies in your face. In that way, it's the best story ever. Something that contradicts what you are thinking. So it is possible that one may even have found the opposite of what expected to find. Eh? Yeah. But on this basis, you, not your editor, not your source, but you can now sum up your story in a concise, punchy, working headline. This may not be the headline the story ends up with, but it's a good way of holding on to the focus of the story. It will help you to pitch the story and may even help to think creatively about how the story can be presented by a news organization. Of course, you can and should modify it as you find out more. You are getting there. Well, it was you find something different, and sometimes you become. This is not what I was looking for. Eh? Okay. Um, for example, they have given us an example here: doctors killing babies, and somebody finds something that save babies sick on the streets. Mhm. For example, so this was giving an example of how you got to get a story, but it's different from what you were looking for. Like here, Mark Hunter, a journalism professor, discussed how he was instructed to get the story on doctors in America hospitals killing off premature babies. Right? But he found that this lead was completely incorrect. A new law in the US, inspired by the conservative religious funded or fundamentalist lobby, ruled that even infants who are so premature and weak that they require constant, painful, invasive uh, medical procedures had to be kept alive. So babies who lacked the physical ability to survive before the law has been adopted were now subjected to operations, tubes, drips, tests, and other operations. So doctors were actually saving many more premature infants than ever before in history. So unfortunately, most of these babies were growing up into chronically sick, severe disabled toddlers. Additionally, another conservative inspired law has simultaneously cut social spending. So now, almost no free support services existed for disabled children from poor homes. Many of these saved children then vegetated on the streets and had ended up with the opposite headline, which was only mildly less shocking. Okay, what it is here? Um, he thought he would see that doctors are killing children. In America, the people are divided. Others have abortion, others not. So you can abort when a child, you know that this child who is born here will not survive anyway, eh? Or will have some disease that will still end the child's life. Okay. So because some side said no, no abortion, whether the child is sick or not or would die, leave them. So this guy discovered the doctors were not in fact killing those babies. He was saving them, right? They were saving the children. But they wouldn't save them because after they were born, they were no more ending up in the streets. Yes? Yes. Yeah. That's what I say. Many of these saved children then vegetated. Vegetated means become weak on the streets. And okay. So if there's no evidence that the children were being killed.